A very warm welcome to you. Many thanks for joining us on this week's edition of ALMOND Finance and Wealth Report. We remain your source for all the latest happenings in the world of business. My name is Lucille Lugbe. You are welcome. On our lineup this week, first we join Faith and their guests on the set of the town hall for the continuation of the explosive session on the topic, Challenges of Research and Data in the Nigerian Insurance Industry. Speaking during the interview, Mr. Obina Chilekeze said that some insurance operators are quick to say that people don't buy insurance in Nigeria, but there is no analytical study or research by the industry to show the categories of people who don't buy insurance. Do take a listen.
People say people don't buy. Have there been any analytical study to actually find out the category of people in Nigeria that actually don't want to buy insurance?
On this edition, also, we'll bring you a special report on the compulsory third-party motor insurance. Why is it made compulsory? Why are there so many fake third-party motor insurance papers in Nigeria? This report will answer some of these questions, plus, of course, all the other extras we bring you on the program each week. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the lineup. Details in just a moment. Please stay with us.
Your anchor as insurance, fire protect, insurance, safety on wheels, insurance, all round guarantor. Insurance protects your business. Take advantage of cargo, hull, liability, freight, and other marine insurance policies for the maritime sector. Are you an owner of private or commercial vehicles? It is compulsory that you take the minimum insurance to protect other road users and their properties. Fire insurance policy is compulsory for all owners of schools, hospitals, hotels, malls, and other public buildings. The Insurance Act of 2003 mandates you to take fire insurance policies. Be on the right side of the law. Protect your businesses and assets. Visit any insurance broker or company today to get the right policy for you and your business. This message is from the Nigerian Insurers Association, NIA.
Okay, Mr. Fadun, you know, oftentimes you hear in the insurance industry, you hear operators say, oh, Nigerians they are not interested in buying insurance. They prefer to spend their money. But I want to ask this question. Is that's what they say all the time? Is that based on research? Is it based on fact? Or is it just people selling insurance assuming that, oh, people don't buy insurance or they are not interested in buying insurance?
And really what happened is, yes, you have people saying that, but there is no data to substantiate this statement. Now, perhaps maybe these are the opinions of people but when it comes to research, for example, you don't base your decision on one or two people's opinion. You need to have at least an ample data, then you'll be able to now see how relevant is data. Even when you have the data, you need to look at to which class or population can you apply this data. For example, probably you have one or two people that had maybe some bad experience with some insurance company, and they just come and say, well, insurance company don't pay claim or this and that. But we also have people that have their claim paid by insurance company. But for the fact that those ones maybe they are good side, for example, people of course know they say that bad news travels faster. So probably that was why. But in actual sense, insurance companies do pay claims. But we need to admit here that some insurance companies, even in Nigeria, some might not be paying claim as they should, but there are some that are paying claim. Now, but those that are not paying claim are giving the industry, and the ones that are paying claim, bad names. And from experience, anytime you come across somebody and the person maybe treated you badly, you may say, well, maybe everyone in that category, for example, maybe you have met a short man before. This only matters. All those that are short, they are not good. But that might not be the case. But I admit, as a person that works in this industry, it is true we may have one or few insurance companies that are not willing to pay claim. But there are many insurance companies that are paying claim genuinely in Nigeria. Now, in this regard, I believe that NICOM needs to do more. That is a body that's in charge of insurance regulation. Now, for example, I understand, I've been in UK for some time. Now, I heard that they publish name of companies that default. But the point is that if this has been done in good faith, this will improve our industry. Because like I was sometimes, like for example, I have working experience in some other insurance industry, in UK insurance industry, Netherlands insurance industry, and then Switzerland insurance industry. I know, for example, in UK insurance industry, for example, if a company fails to pay a claim, the directors of those companies, whether they're executive or non-executive, they may be jailed. As a result, they are obliged to ensure that their company pays claims that are genuine. But I don't think we have that case in Nigeria. So until we begin to bring those that are guilty of this thing to prove, we might not be able to move forward in the industry. So that's why I said NICOM needs to do more in this regard. Also, like for example, in UK market, for example, in Nigeria we have NICOM, which is very good. In UK, there are two main bodies that regulate the insurance practice. For example, we have one that we could say like NICOM. Then we have another one which is an arm of the Bank of England. It is called Prudential Regulatory Authority, PRA. Now, in that unit of Bank of England, we have a unit where you have a unit that regulates insurance and bank activities and other financial institution activities. Now, what happens is that as they increase bank capital base in UK, the one for insurance are equally increased. The one for mortgage firm are equally increased. So you now see all these firms they can absorb more risk. And that is why you see in UK, insurance company own banks. But here is the other way around. Banks own insurance company. So it's because, to me, I believe, that's my opinion, NICOM needs to do more. Then CBN needs to have a unit. The unit, they should have a unit with a unit where you have a bank being regulated. So that if you have that, as they increase bank capital base, insurance capital can also be increased. And in this case, NICOM will be forced to wake up when they are slumbering, because they know there's a unit in CBN that would also make sure they are improving. Because, for example, you see banks' capital base increases every 2 to 3 years. Insurance capital base, maybe after 10 years, 20 years. You can see we won't be able to compete well in the global market. So I believe NICOM should do more, and even CBN should also put in place a unit in CBN to be able to work with NICOM to ensure.
Is that a possibility, Mr. Abeda?
Well, when he was, I was just thinking, because he was talking of increasing the capital base. I went through the 2014 digest, and you discover a situation whereby an insurance company has a paid-up capital of 2 billion and is writing a premium income of 2 billion. So I don't know how you can ask such kind of a company. Yeah, because if you look at the premium income and the capital base, you discover that the company is not really in the market. So for you now to say that such companies should even, to ask them to increase, I don't think it should be the right thing we should be thinking of. But I agree with you fully that there is need for companies to respond to their promise. You have actually promised people that once there is a loss, once there is a genuine claim, you are going to pay. Definitely we have to pay. Then coming to the issue of research and opinion, I feel that the problem we have in the market is that we base our assumptions based on opinions rather than research. Because you have said it, people say people don't buy. Have there been any analytical study to actually find out the category of people in Nigeria that actually don't want to buy insurance? We cannot just say that people don't buy insurance. We need to carry out studies. Then we cannot say that people at the lower levels that they don't like buying insurance, or people at the upper levels they don't. But until we start carrying out such studies, it will be difficult for us to come to a conclusion why people don't buy insurance, or the category of people that actually don't buy insurance in the Nigerian market.
Okay, now.
Yeah, based on the available statistics, that insurance penetration is about 0.7% in Nigeria.
That's still an assumption.
Yes.
It's not scientific. It's still assumption.
Based on that,
there's no data to prove that.
Based on that,
assumption.
I would say yes, people are not buying insurance. But we now
Okay, but what they are saying, they say is that also is based on
Assumption.
assumption.
We now need to do so. We now need to go further, okay, by doing classification of the population. We want to look at what is. Let us do the age classification. How many proportion of this population are between age 0 to 17 that cannot go into insurance contracts? How many of these populations are youth that ranges between 15 to 35? They will now look at the working population. We must go somewhere. That's why data is important. We will now look at the working population. It's about 78 million naira, 78 million people. Now, these 78 million, they are available and willing to work. How many people are engaged? Then, you want to drive a premium income from this 78 million. The question is this: what is real income of these people? And what is the money income? We need to analyze that. I can only buy insurance where I have satisfied a level, given into consideration the pyramid of Maslow theory. What level are we in Nigerian environment today? Everybody is on the first level, which requires you about your shelter, about clothing. Before we have people at the upper level, but the thing has collapsed. When you convert what you earn into dollars, you discover it has collapsed. And then it is this information we need that will be derived from analytical data to say yes, Nigerian insurance can move to the next level. But I can bet you, we were at a conference last week, and when you put into consideration all the money raised during that capitalization, it's around 200 to 300 billion naira.
In 2007.
And what was the exchange rate that time? Now collapse that exchange rate and use current exchange rate, and you can now say this is the figure, the dollar figure of the Nigerian insurance industry. Then can that dollar figure compete in this market? Can this market withstand the challenges when there is crystallization? And so all these things requires a very serious generated data, analyzed, and from there we can make inferences. You can say we can move from point A to point B. Honestly, all of us are sitting there. Tell me, all of us that are seated here for a case study, how many of us has life assurance policy up to 50 million?
Dr. Fadu, he's asking you a question.
I have that policy.
Up to 50
Up to
million.
50 million.
50 million.
No. What we have is, I can tell you what we'll have is 10 million cover, all of us, each person here. And give me 10 million, give me dollar conversion of 10 million naira. We're not there. But the question is this, okay? If we say we don't have the data are not there, what are the practitioners doing to develop this missing gap? Because the younger ones are coming and they will ask questions. Some generations said their own generation was a wasted generation. Our own will not be a wasted generation. But we must transfer.
I want to come in. Mr. Thomas, you see, we have a problem by looking at the income, because if you go to Ghana, go to Kenya and other places, you discover that microinsurance, almost everybody these days are having one kind of insurance product or the other. You have said it all. Let us have the age grades. Then let us look at the needs. It's when you identify the age grades, that's when you can now start talking of what is the need for this group. The problem we have is that we are selling products instead of marketing products. Let's put it this way. You are in your office, somebody comes to you, he said he's from an insurance company, he wants to sell fire, he wants to sell theft, he wants to sell... I mean, we have gone beyond that level. We have come to a situation whereby if I'm a petty trader, somebody that comes to me will start looking at those type of insurance that will meet my needs. If somebody is 21 years, there are a class of term assurance, for instance. The other day we were in our town's meeting, somebody came from, I don't want to mention the name of the insurance company. And incidentally, he came with term insurance products. And people were saying, oh, so you can use 1,000 naira and buy cover for 500,000 and things like that. And I know a number of people that bought such products. It's left for us to start looking at what actually, taking into consideration the current economic realities. You know, in the past, people were afraid when you want to sell insurance, they say, if I didn't die, what happens to my money? But the current economic reality, people are now buying, supposing I die. So you now, if with 1,000 naira, supposing I die, my family will get. You now discover that there is a change from the former this thing. People buying endowment products. Now for people now saying, okay, let me buy something. The premium is so low, and if I die, at least my family will have something to rely on. So what I think that there is need for us as an industry to go back to the drawing board. Let's look at the products. We have been selling conventional products since after independence. I don't think those conventional products can meet our need.
All right, welcome back. Moving on now, we'll bring you a special report on the compulsory third-party motor insurance, which a lot of people refer to as Police Let Me Go. The truth, however, is that the third-party motor insurance is more than Police Let My People Go, because it covers your legal liabilities to a third party in the case of accident or even death. Happy viewing.
Awareness is not too good yet, except the elite. The very elite of our society know the benefits of insurance. For instance, we have every now and then we have fire outbreak in various places. Some traders, market women and men have been ruined as a result of fire disaster. They would have been able to get some compensation if they knew about and took fire protection insurance, you know. So the insurance industry as a whole need to do aggregate awareness for members of the public.
The third-party class of insurance is made compulsory by government through the legislation known as the Motor Vehicle Third-Party Insurance Act of 1945. The third-party only cover, which is the minimum type of insurance legislated upon, provides indemnity to policyholders against legal liability arising due to accidental damages such as any permanent injury or death of a person, any damage caused to the property while anyone is driving the insured vehicle. That is to say that third-party motor insurance policy protects car owners from losses caused by their cars on other people or their properties. So why is it called third-party? Simply put, the car owner who approaches the insurance company is the first party. The insurance company who sells the policy is the second party. The third party, therefore, is anybody who is not a party to the contract between the first and the second party, but is affected by the use of the insured vehicle on the road. What the law says about the third-party motor insurance? The Nigerian Insurance Act 2003 prescribed for compulsory third-party motor insurance in Section 68. Section 68 of the Insurance Act and Section 3 of the Motor Vehicle Third-Party Insurance Act requires that no person shall use or cause or permit any other person to use a motor vehicle on a road unless a liability which he may thereby incur in respect of damage to the property of third parties is insured with an insurer registered under this Act. The insurance taken out pursuant to subsection 1 of the section 68 of the Act shall cover a liability of not less than 1 million naira. The law also says that any person who contravenes the provisions of this section commits an offense and liable on conviction to a fine of 250,000 naira or imprisonment for 1 year or both. The premium payable for the various forms of cover under this class of insurance is regulated by a statistical table of rates known as tariff, which is approved by government. At the moment in Nigeria, the third-party motor insurance costs just 5,000 naira and it's renewable annually. The third party only does not cover a car in the event that the car is stolen or burnt by fire. To protect against such losses, the vehicle owner may choose to upgrade to third-party fire and theft. Comprehensive cover will see that your car is repaired in the event of an accident. Third party only, however, cover you for any injury or even death caused to third parties. It will also cover your legal costs in the event of such proceedings, but not any fines you may incur. How to get indemnified under the third-party motor insurance? In order to get claims under the third-party motor insurance, holders are expected to, among other things, note the license plate number of the other vehicle involved in an accident, if any, note names and contact numbers of witnesses, if any, call the insurance company and file a claim. Make a note of the claim reference number given and the list of documents required for the claims payment processing. Duty of disclosure. In all insurance contracts, you should disclose fully all material facts, including previous accidents, if any, modifications to the engine, etc. When in doubt as to whether a fact is relevant or not, it is best to ask your insurance company, broker, or agent. If you fail to disclose any material fact, your insurance company may refuse to pay your claim or any claim made by a third party against you. In such cases, you are personally liable for such claims. Another reason why your third-party motor claim will not be honored by an insurance company is if the policy you bought is fake. Insurers say that one reason why a large number of vehicles remain uninsured in Nigeria is the abundance of fake policies. Many non-life insurance companies have come across fake policies issued in their name. With advancement in printing technology, it is possible for fraudsters to replicate policies of existing companies, helping them to get through police checks. However, it is at the time of accidents and claim from third parties that the insurers detect the existence of such fake policies. The National Insurance Commission (NICOM) took a bold step in 2010 to raid licensing offices nationwide where fakers of third-party motor insurance certificates operate from.
Everything is which office? Come to Kenya, you see everything.
Madam, excuse me, madam. I don't really know that madam is a police person, right? I told you we are from National Insurance Commission, right? You see, there's a petition that there's a fake insurance is going on here. Yesterday we sent our boys here. They came here, they bought different for policies. Yesterday we sent this. Today we do everything. There's auto rage. Your people sold it 5,500. There's other one of 1,015. These are the samples.
And it is
So, and madam told you.
Yeah, you know, the legal process is very slow but very sure. Those who have arrested, we go through normal due process to ensure that they are prosecuted. And I believe the relevant organs of government are doing their bit to ensure that they are brought to book. It's just to deter others from doing it, to say that there's a law in this country and we must be law-abiding. So, and again, the stamping out or attempt to stamp out fake insurance hawkers is one of the pillars of the MDRI. It's one of the 4 principal pillars, and we are poised to do it.
Apart from NICOM, the Nigerian Insurers Association (NIA), which is the umbrella body for all registered insurance companies operating in Nigeria, has also come up with a scheme known as the Nigerian Insurance Industry Database. The idea of the NIID is also to reduce, if not eliminate, the menace of fake insurance policies. Under the NIID, law enforcement agents and vehicle owners can easily verify the authenticity of motor insurance certificate within minutes by sending SMS of the policy number on the insurance certificate and the vehicle plate number to a short code 33125 and immediately get a reply. It is hoped that the NIID will provide protection to Nigerians against the dangerous activities of insurance fraudsters, particularly the third-party motor insurance certificate racketeers.
That's our time on the program this week. Many thanks for being a part of it. Join us same time, same station next week when we shall celebrate our leading women in the insurance industry as part of celebration of the 2020 International Women's Day. But before then, feel free as always to connect with us on all our social media platforms. Join us live on our flagship Pidgin English program, Waiting Insurance They Do Safe, on Nigeria FM 102.7 every Wednesday by 9:45 a.m. My name is Lucy Olugbe. Until I come your way next week, from the entire crew, it's goodbye.